When connecting new Schedule 40 polyvinyl chloride conduit to 4-inch transite conduit for underground installations, several methods can be employed. Firstly, consider using a mechanical coupling, specifically a Fernco-flexible coupler. This coupler is designed for connecting dissimilar materials and can accommodate up to 1/2 inch of pipe diameter difference. Secondly, explore chemical bonding using a polyvinyl chloride to transite adhesive. Ensure to use a specialized adhesive formulated for bonding polyvinyl chloride to asbestos cement, also known as transite, and carefully follow the manufacturer's instructions. Another approach involves using epoxy. Apply a thin layer of epoxy inside the transite pipe and on the outside of the polyvinyl chloride pipe. Then insert the polyvinyl chloride pipe into the transite pipe and allow the epoxy to cure. Transition fittings can also be used. A transite transition bushing is a threaded bushing that allows polyvinyl chloride conduit to be connected to transite conduit. Alternatively, a polyvinyl chloride adapter, which is a fitting that adapts from polyvinyl chloride conduit to a specific size of transite conduit, can be employed, noting that this may require some fabrication to fit the 4-inch transite conduit. Regardless of the method chosen, several other considerations are important. Thoroughly clean both the polyvinyl chloride and transite conduit surfaces before making the connection. Apply sealant around the connection to prevent moisture ingress. If using adhesives or epoxy, allow sufficient time for the bond to develop before testing or energizing the wiring. It is recommended to install the connection inside a protective conduit sleeve or encasement to prevent damage from soil movement or other environmental factors. Most importantly, always wear appropriate personal protective equipment when working with asbestos cement, also known as transite conduit. Asbestos cement, or transite, is a hazardous material that can release harmful fibers when disturbed. Therefore, proper safety precautions should be taken when working with transite conduit. Let's delve deeper into each of these methods, starting with mechanical couplings. Fernco flexible couplers are widely used in plumbing and electrical applications due to their ability to join pipes of different materials and sizes. When selecting a Fernco coupler, ensure it is rated for underground use and compatible with both polyvinyl chloride and transite. Measure the outside diameters of both the polyvinyl chloride and transite conduits to ensure the coupler's size range is appropriate. Installation involves sliding the coupler over the ends of both conduits and tightening the stainless steel bands to create a watertight seal. The flexibility of the coupler allows for some misalignment and movement, which is beneficial in underground environments. Next, consider chemical bonding. Specialized polyvinyl chloride to transite adhesives are designed to create a strong and durable bond between these dissimilar materials. These adhesives typically consist of a 2-part epoxy or polyurethane system. Before applying the adhesive, thoroughly clean and roughen the surfaces of both conduits using sandpaper or a wire brush. This will improve adhesion. Apply a thin, even layer of adhesive to both surfaces and join the conduits, following the manufacturer's recommended curing time. It is important to use the correct adhesive, as standard polyvinyl chloride cement will not bond effectively to transite. Moving on to epoxy. Epoxy resins offer excellent adhesion and chemical resistance, making them suitable for joining polyvinyl chloride and transite conduits. Select an epoxy specifically designed for bonding dissimilar materials. As with adhesives, surface preparation is crucial. Clean and roughen both conduit surfaces before applying the epoxy. Mix the epoxy according to the manufacturer's instructions and apply a thin layer to both surfaces. Insert the polyvinyl chloride conduit into the transite conduit and secure it in place while the epoxy cures. Clamps or supports may be necessary to maintain alignment during the curing process. Transition fittings provide a more direct and secure connection between polyvinyl chloride and transite conduits. A transite transition bushing is a threaded fitting that screws into the end of the transite conduit, allowing a polyvinyl chloride conduit to be threaded into the bushing. To install the transition bushing, first clean and prepare the end of the transite conduit. Apply thread sealant to the bushing threads and screw it into the transite conduit until snug. Then apply thread sealant to the polyvinyl chloride conduit threads and screw it into the bushing. A polyvinyl chloride adapter is another type of transition fitting that adapts from polyvinyl chloride conduit to a specific size of transite conduit. These adapters may require some fabrication to fit the 4-inch transite conduit. The adapter is typically glued to the polyvinyl chloride conduit using polyvinyl chloride cement and then mechanically fastened to the transite conduit using clamps or other hardware. Regardless of the connection method used, several other considerations are essential for a successful and long-lasting underground installation. Cleaning the conduit surfaces is critical to ensure proper adhesion and sealing. Use a wire brush, sandpaper, or a solvent cleaner to remove any dirt, debris, or coatings from the polyvinyl chloride and transite conduit surfaces. Apply sealant around the connection to prevent moisture ingress. Moisture can corrode the wiring and damage the conduit, so it is important to create a watertight seal. Use a sealant specifically designed for underground applications, such as silicone caulk or polyurethane sealant. Allowing ample curing time is essential when using adhesives or epoxy. The bond strength increases over time as the adhesive or epoxy cures. Follow the manufacturer's recommended curing time before testing or energizing the wiring. Installing the connection inside a protective conduit sleeve or encasement can prevent damage from soil movement or other environmental factors. The sleeve or encasement should be made of a durable material such as concrete or polyvinyl chloride and should extend at least 12 inches beyond the connection on both sides. Finally, always follow safety precautions when working with asbestos cement, also known as transite conduit. Transite is a hazardous material that can release harmful fibers when disturbed. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as a respirator, gloves, and eye protection. Avoid cutting, drilling, or sanding transite conduit, as this can release asbestos fibers into the air. If you must cut or drill transite conduit, use a wet saw or drill to minimize dust. Dispose of transite waste properly, following all local, state, and federal regulations. In summary, connecting polyvinyl chloride to transite conduit underground requires careful planning and execution. Consider the various connection methods, including mechanical couplings, chemical bonding, epoxy, and transition fittings. Thoroughly clean the conduit surfaces, apply sealant, allow ample curing time, and install the connection inside a protective sleeve or encasement. Most importantly, always follow safety precautions when working with transite conduit. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a secure and long-lasting connection that will protect your substation control wiring for years to come. In addition to the methods already discussed, let's explore some other factors that can contribute to a successful polyvinyl chloride to transite conduit connection. Soil conditions can affect the longevity of the connection. Corrosive soils can degrade the conduit and connection materials over time. Consider using a corrosion-resistant coating or wrap to protect the connection from soil corrosion. The depth of the burial can also impact the connection. Deeper burials are subject to higher soil pressures, which can stress the connection. Ensure the connection is properly supported to withstand these pressures. The type of backfill material used can also affect the connection. Sharp rocks or debris in the backfill can damage the conduit and connection. Use a clean, well-graded backfill material to protect the connection. Temperature fluctuations can cause the conduit and connection materials to expand and contract, which can stress the connection. Consider using a flexible coupling or expansion joint to accommodate these movements. Vibration from nearby equipment or traffic can also stress the connection. Ensure the connection is properly supported and isolated from vibration. Regular inspection and maintenance can help identify and address potential problems before they become major issues. Inspect the connection periodically for signs of damage, corrosion, or leaks. Repair any problems promptly to prevent further damage. When selecting a connection method, consider the specific requirements of the application. For example, if the connection is subject to high vibrations, a mechanical coupling may be a better choice than an adhesive. If the connection is located in a corrosive environment, a corrosion-resistant coating or wrap may be necessary. Consider the long-term cost of each connection method. Some methods may be more expensive upfront, but they may be more durable and require less maintenance over time. Consult with a qualified electrician or engineer to determine the best connection method for your specific application. They can assess the site conditions, wiring requirements, and other factors to recommend the most appropriate solution. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electrical wiring and conduit. To energize the circuit before making any connections. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves, eye protection, and a hard hat. Follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations. If you are not comfortable working with electrical wiring, hire a qualified electrician to do the work. In conclusion, connecting polyvinyl chloride to transite conduit underground requires careful consideration of various factors, including connection methods, soil conditions, burial depth, backfill material, temperature fluctuations, vibration, and long-term costs. By following these guidelines and consulting with a qualified professional, you can ensure a safe, reliable, and long-lasting connection that will protect your substation control wiring for years to come. Let's delve further into the specifics of working with transite conduit and the associated safety precautions. Transite conduit, also known as asbestos cement conduit, was commonly used in underground electrical and telecommunications systems due to its durability, resistance to corrosion, and fireproof properties. However, it contains asbestos, a known carcinogen that can cause serious health problems if inhaled. Therefore, it is crucial to take appropriate safety precautions when working with transite conduit. Before starting any work, identify the presence of transite conduit. Look for markings or labels on the conduit that indicate it is made of asbestos cement. If there are no markings, assume the conduit is transite and take appropriate precautions. Develop a written work plan that outlines the procedures for working with transite conduit safely. The plan should include details on personal protective equipment, work practices, and waste disposal. Provide training to all workers who will be involved in the project. The training should cover the hazards of asbestos, proper work practices, and the use of personal protective equipment. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including a respirator, gloves, and eye protection. The respirator should be NIOSH approved and fit tested to ensure a proper seal. The gloves should be disposable and made of a material that is impermeable to asbestos, such as nitrile or neoprene. The eye protection should be goggles or a full face shield. Wet the transite conduit before cutting, drilling, or sanding it. This will help to minimize the release of asbestos fibers into the air. Use a wet saw or drill with a HEPA filter vacuum to control dust. Avoid dry cutting, drilling, or sanding transite conduit. Enclose the work area with plastic sheeting to prevent the spread of asbestos fibers. Use a HEPA filter vacuum to clean up any dust or debris. Dispose of transite waste properly. Place the waste in sealed, leak-proof containers labeled with the warning caution asbestos hazard, do not open or disturb. Dispose of the waste at an approved landfill or disposal facility. Follow all applicable federal, state, and local regulations for asbestos waste disposal. Monitor the air for asbestos fibers during and after the work. Use a qualified asbestos consultant to conduct the air monitoring. If the air monitoring results exceed the permissible exposure limit, take corrective action to reduce the exposure. Keep records of all work performed on transite conduit, including the work plan, training records, personal protective equipment records, air monitoring results, and waste disposal records. These records should be kept for at least 30 years. Be aware of the symptoms of asbestos-related diseases, such as shortness of breath, coughing, and chest pain. If you experience any of these symptoms, see a doctor immediately. In addition to these safety precautions, consider the environmental impacts of working with transite conduit. Asbestos is a persistent environmental pollutant that can contaminate soil and water. Take steps to prevent the release of asbestos fibers into the environment. Use a dust suppression system to control dust during excavation and construction activities. Cover exposed soil with plastic sheeting or mulch to prevent erosion. Dispose of transite waste properly at an approved landfill or disposal facility. By following these safety precautions and environmental considerations, you can minimize the risks associated with working with transite conduit and protect the health of workers and the environment. Remember that working with asbestos requires specialized knowledge and training. If you are not comfortable working with Transite Conduit, hire a qualified asbestos abatement contractor to do the work. They have the expertise and equipment to handle asbestos safely and effectively. In conclusion, while Transite Conduit offers certain advantages in terms of durability and resistance to corrosion, it also poses significant health and environmental risks due to its asbestos content. Therefore, it is crucial to take appropriate safety precautions and environmental considerations when working with Transite Conduit. By following these guidelines and consulting with qualified professionals, you can minimize the risks and ensure a safe and environmentally responsible outcome.